So I brought in my lovely wife here, my local medical opinion person. So since she is a nurse practitioner and believes in pretty much the same things we do as, thought it'd be good to get her opinion, So last night our daughter had her cancer awareness block for the Cure volleyball night, So I thought I'd wait till after that to spout my opinions on that. So, so I would guess it was over 10 years ago when Marty came up with this saying. The cure is prevention, right? So go ahead. You came up with it.
Well, so when people think about prevention, they think of the screening exams, right? Your self-breast exam, your mammogram, your colonoscopies, all that. That's not true prevention. It's early detection, right? So the prevention piece is the hard things we have to do on a daily basis. The eating the right foods, right? And knowing what's in our foods, and the exercise, and the thinking well, the adjustments to make sure your nervous system is, working the way it is. That's the actual prevention. All these things that society spouts as prevention is really just early detection, right? It's to catch it at the earliest phase, right? So you have the best chance of, but let's not even catch it, right? Let's just try to prevent it.
Right. Not even worry about catching it, right? So, yeah. So that's the thing is as I was looking around last night and as they read the list off of all the people affected by cancer, every kid on the team had somebody that's affected them by cancer, right? So everything on TV with all this Think Pink and all that kind of stuff, it's all about cancer awareness, right? Well, I'm not sure that we need to be more aware of cancer, right? That list last night was it took at least 5 minutes probably to read everybody's name of all the athletes that were affected by cancer, right? Whether it was parents, grandparents, friends, aunts, uncles, friends, whatever. But it's not, so our generations coming up here don't need to be more aware of cancer, right? They need to be more aware of how to prevent cancer, right, and how to deal with cancer, right? And if you take care of things before they become a problem like that, then, man, can you imagine having you wouldn't need to have events like that for every sport that we have, right? Yep. So that's the real problem with all this and that's what we've been talking about since we came up with the phrase, right? And it's gotten worse, right? Our awareness is heightened, but our awareness on how to prevent it is not there. Right. Nobody knows how to. Nobody talks about how to. It's all about, well, let's find it early because what'd she say? 1 out of 9 or 1 out of 8 or women 1 out of 8 or 9 women will have breast cancer, and 1 out of 1,000 guys will have breast cancer. Yep. Last night, right? Mm-hmm. So, and it's great what local hospitals do for screening programs and offer that for sure. I don't have a problem with that, but the problem I have is nobody talks about
what to do. Right, beforehand to prevent it.
Let's not even get it.
Right.
Right. Let's get and still do the screenings if you have a high risk, whatever. But let's just worry about preventing it.
But
right?
That's the hard part.
It's
not just an annual exam, right?
Right.
It's what we choose to do on our daily lives and what we choose to put in our mouths and our children's mouths, right? Our children are learning from us. So if we don't make it a priority on having whole foods and cooking whole foods and sitting at the dinner table, then how are they going to, pass that on to their children? And so it's just a vicious cycle that our world is in.
Right, yeah. And they're not easy choices all the time, right? Once you get in the habit of them, yes, they are. But there's, and it's not that we recommend or tell people that you have to be perfect and you have to do this 100% of the time, right? Because it's still important to live life and enjoy things that you enjoy, right? But it's a matter of making these choices more than 80% of the time of your day, right?
Well, and it takes planning, right? I mean, we're in such a hustle bustle world and running from here to there. How do you plan to feed your kids healthy when they got school and then practice and then whatever else afterwards, or for you, work and then going to their games and stuff. But it has to be a priority, and it takes planning, right? There's slow cookers and air fryers now and things like that make that easier than it used to be. But it definitely takes planning, especially too with the exercise. It has to be basically a line item in your schedule to make sure you get it done.
Yeah. And avoiding all the negative crap around you. That's just got to be a conscious choice, which that shouldn't be a too hard a one to make, except for, sitting watching TikTok or Instagram or YouTube or whatever endlessly, when you have a chance. So, and Marty glazed over one of the big things is getting adjusted, right? So our motto is be fit, eat right, think well, improve your body's performance. And the way you do that is by getting adjusted frequently, right? It's not a I'm in pain thing and then I go get adjusted. It's a getting adjusted routinely so my body performs better. And when my body performs better, then cancer doesn't come up.
Right. Well, and it's a piece of the prevention, right? It's not, it can be a treatment, but we look at it as more of a prevention than a treatment.
Right. Yeah. So, and that's when you look at our body as only doing something when we're in pain or when we have a symptom, cancer's had years to grow while you're doing that, right? It's not like all of a sudden cancer's here. Cancer grows all the time, and it's whether your body can get rid of it or not and change those mutations and get rid of the mutations that occur to prevent it from getting worse, right? And when they say early detection and when they say, oh, your cancer's gone, it's not gone. It's not measurable, right? It has to be at a certain level in your blood and whatever tissue they're looking at. It has to be a certain percentage before they can measure it. So even if you've had cancer or whatever and they say it's gone, it's really not, right? It's something you have to be, how do I say that? You have to be paying attention to that and making the right choices that you made while you're getting treated after you're done getting treated.
Because you've got to fuel your body to fight that cancer, right? You have to do everything to make, like you said, improve performance. You've got to do everything to make your body a finely tuned machine, right? To do exactly what God made it to do.
Right. Yeah. And you want to make sure you're doing that all the time, right? Even, if you do end up with it, during it, afterwards,
Before.
Forever, right? It's
Start now.
not just a, time of the moment kind of thing.
Yeah, don't just do it when you're sick or when you have the diagnosis. Really,
Right.
You should start now and continue it the rest of your life.
Right.
And teach your children the same way.
Right. So who was that said the ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure? Was that Hippocrates?
I don't know.
I think it was Hippocrates.
I don't, but somebody
So-
said it.
Or it was B.J. Pullman, one or the other. I don't know. He has so many quotes, I don't know. But no, I don't think it was. I think it was Hippocrates that said an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. But we focus on the cure and not on the prevention. Right? So imagine if we had all these events and all this stuff, if it was focused on prevention and not the cure and awareness, right? Because the cure is out there. It's just, it's not a big money maker. And it's actually depends on you personally making the choices to do that. So.
Well, and I mean, if think a lot of it too is, right, they go into medicine for the diseases, right? They learn diseases, they don't learn.
For sure. That's enough soapbox today.
Enough ranting today?
Enough ranting today. Yeah. So, yeah, if you have any thoughts on this, though, we'd love to hear it, because, you know, those are just our opinions. You know, that's what they are. They're kind of backed up by research, though,
Yeah.
and kind of backed up by what we've seen
Our professional experience.
over the last 20 years of professional experience with her in the medical field and me in the chiropractic and wellness field, for sure. So, yeah.
We just encourage you to do the prevention piece. I mean, you still want to do screenings and things like that too, right? But hopefully, if you do the prevention piece, then the screenings will always be negative and you don't have to worry about the cure.
Right. So yeah, if you need help with learning how to be fit, eating right, exercising, thinking well, you need help finding a chiropractor in your area or locally or whatever, just reach out to us and we'll be happy to do that. So
Do the hard work.
do the hard work and make the hard choices. So, yeah. All right. Have a blessed week.